Kubby. I'd like to welcome you to Kubby TV. And today we have a very special, historic, and revolutionary message for everyone. Turn on, tune in, and take over. Because now, for the first time in history, we have the votes. That's right, if you look at the polls, you'll see that a majority of Americans now support ending the war on drugs, stopping people from going to jail, and legalizing marijuana. So the time has come to stop placating the police, to stop passing initiatives that sell out our basic rights for a promise by the police that they'll stop raiding us. No, the time has come to make it a crime to bust people, particularly patients, for growing cannabis. And that's exactly what we're doing here in my town of South Lake Tahoe. We've made it a crime for anyone to assist or request assistance from the DEA, from the Justice Department, from California State NARCs, from the BNE. We've made that a crime, punishable by up to a year in jail, in a new initiative that has been accepted by the city clerk and is now being reviewed for title and summary, which will allow us to start gathering signatures and make this a law. And believe me, my friends, we have good reason to be optimistic, because here in South Lake Tahoe, in 2010, the voters supported the legalization of marijuana with California Prop 19 by 58% yes and only 42% no. So our support has only gone up since then. It's continued to climb dramatically in all the polls, in all the jurisdictions across the United States. So I'm sure that the support for any kind of pro-marijuana initiative is quite high here in South Lake Tahoe, certainly in the 60% range. And that has emboldened me and my friends to create an initiative that makes the case for our side without any concessions to the control freaks, the sociopaths, and the psychopaths that populate the political system locally, statewide, and nationally. These people, these control freaks, these psychopaths, they have gained a control over our lives through fear. And people aren't buying into that fear anymore. People aren't buying into their control anymore. And it's incumbent upon us to seize control, to turn on, tune in, and take over. And we don't have to run for office. We don't have to cut our hair. We don't have to compromise and placate the dinosaurs that are in office right now. No. We can bypass that whole rotten, corrupt system through the initiative process. Now, not everyone has initiatives available to them, but enough jurisdictions do that we can start a wildfire across this country and take back our homes, our dignity, our safety, our security from those who would raid us, those who would invade our homes with military-style assaults over a plant. Now, the time has come for us to return to sanity. The time has come for us to take back control of our lives. And here at Kubby TV, we're going to document this process of us taking back control in South Lake Tahoe. And we're going to show you how we're going to do it without spending a dime. We're going to do it for no money. We're going to have fun. And we're going to make a video, a show, at least one show, probably more, to show people exactly how easy and inexpensive it is to take back local control of your lives from those who threaten our safety and our security. So let me read to you the clause that we have injected into our initiative to give you a real sense of just how we are turning the tables on our tormentors and forcing them to look down the same barrel of a gun of a justice system that they've forced us to live with all these years. Elected, appointed, hired employees, officers, and officials of the City of South Lake Tahoe shall not directly or indirectly cooperate with or assist federal, state, or county officers or officials, volunteers, or employees who eradicate marijuana, act for seizure or forfeiture, or demand entry without a warrant, or to defeat any liberally construed purpose of this act, nor may any state or local agency contract to eradicate marijuana that is being grown, manufactured, or stored under the provisions of this act. Knock and talk shall be the first act taken by the above officers and employees. Violations of this clause shall be a misdemeanor, punishable by fine, and up to 1 year in prison. Well, as you can see from that clause, we're not screwing around. We're making it a crime punishable by a year in jail for them to be involved in any way in soliciting, in assisting in the eradication of marijuana, in raids on patients, on dispensaries, on all of the police state tactics that have been deployed against us. Those drug thugs, those who use these kinds of police tactics will find themselves sitting in jail for a year as a result. Now let me leave you with one more thought. I have an article from Jacob Sullum published in Reason Magazine dated June 14th, 2013. And in that article, the headline tells it all. Judging from prosecutions, Obama is 80% worse than Bush on medical marijuana. And, you know, if you look at the numbers, you see that drug raids, closures of dispensaries have continued to climb despite ongoing rhetoric by the Obama administration that they're taking a new approach, that they're going to look at this as a public health issue, that they're going to respect state law. Well, numbers don't lie. And the numbers tell us that Obama is 80% worse than Bush. And Bush was worse than anything we had experienced until then. So the propaganda that is coming not just from the establishment, but from the drug policy reform organizations who have begun to parrot this same nonsense, that the drug war is over. Well, tell that to Eddie Lepp. Tell that to Molly Fry. Tell that to Dale Schaefer. Tell that to hundreds of people that have been arrested, bankrupted, humiliated, prosecuted, and incarcerated since Obama took office. Now, we have to recognize that the time has come for us to turn on, tune in, and take over.
So heavy where I stand. The indecision builds within my twisted sense of self.